we're going to be talking about Father's Day projects, all kinds of Father's Day templates and things that you can do to honor the dads and grandpas and men in your life. Roxanne Buchholz is going to walk us through a lot of these great templates and also answer our studio questions live and talk to us about some tips and tricks in studio. I'm Cynthia Coulon, and I'm here again with Roxanne Buchholz. Sorry, Roxanne. It's kissing. I'm not talking much tonight. I seem to be tripping on my tongue here. So I'm Cynthia, and then Brooke. She's our silent partner, answers our questions and the questions that you type into the box. And so be nice to Brooke. Ask her some great questions, and I'll try to field some questions to Roxanne, but she loves answering them and does such a great job, so we thank her for being with us as always. So before we officially begin, I get to give away some publishing points to one of our attendees, and that's the hardest part of the thing that I have to do, which isn't hard at all. So fun. I get to give them away, and I have 25 points for Brenda Lewis. So thank you, Brenda, for being with us this evening, and we'll have Brooke put 25 points in your account in the next couple of days. So I guess without further ado, let's just turn it over to Roxanne.
Great. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're here tonight. We're going to talk about some Father's Day fun projects. We've got lots of great things to show you. I kind of wanted to center this one around Father's Day fun. Oh, I can hear some music. Yep, great. Mother's Day, we tend to be a little bit more serious, and moms like things that are flowery. But dads, sometimes that's a little bit much for them. So we try to, do some more fun projects and things to make them laugh, and the things that we can get our children involved with and help us make for dads. Our first is a brand new flip book by our own designer, Carrie Peratt. She's our senior creative team member. And these little flip books are great. They're 5 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches wide. They're a little square with a little spiral binding. And this is a great one that can actually work for both boys and girls. So this is a great collection that's kind of this, my father is my hero. So there's lots of fun superhero art and mask and these great little things. So there's ways to drop in pictures. You can either use more pictures. You could put them in this square as well if you have a lot of pictures. Or if you only have 2 pictures, you might drop a patterned paper in here or add an embellishment. So there's lots of ways to customize these to fit exactly the number of pictures and the scheme that you want. So it's fun. There's a couple different spreads here that you can see, more pictures, less pictures. There's great little word art things throughout. So just a fun book for, a father and daughter, father and son. We also have just brand new out today. This is a great new collection from Leanne Rice-Barr, another one of our creative team members. Actually, I neglected to put her name on there. I'm sorry about that, but this is by Leanne. This is a great collection. She did a brand new, we have a 12 by 12 metal print out now, which is wonderful. If you haven't seen one of our metal prints, you'll have to try one. They've got this great sheen on them, and they're really wonderful. They're a little bit more masculine, for dad would really like it for his office. She's got greeting cards that coordinate. There's a love mug, and on this side you have a family photo, and on the opposite side you'll see some customization with the kids' names. There's also a phone case, and she has done this in the iPhone 4 style. But if you remember and use our import page feature, you can easily take this design and import it onto any other phone case size that we have. And also a brand new product that we have is the 3 by 9 notepad set. These are wonderful. They come in packs of 4. So here are 2, but there's actually 4 designs in the series. So when you open it up, you'll be able to customize 4 different designs and have those printed as a set. The 4 that she's done in here all kind of coordinate with this design set, although they're all different. You can actually copy one if you really like this one and do it 4 times if you like. Or with the import page feature again, you can choose different notepads from different template sets that we have. I actually just printed a set myself, and I did 4 different templates, but along the way I liked one of each, so I combined all 4 of those into one set, and I just printed them and got them back yesterday, and they're absolutely beautiful. I'm so impressed with these notepads. The printing was gorgeous. the photos on them look like they're printed in one of our storybooks. They're that crisp and clean, beautiful, great quality paper. So I would love to print these for gifts. So great idea. We also have several storybooks in the template gallery too. In years past, we've done historic series, some real playful sets. We love our genealogy and our family history, but this was a great new spin by Marin Barney, and it was a modern storybook. It takes all the vintage photographs and puts them into this kind of modern storybook. So it's the life and adventures of Walter Dibb. And it puts in pictures, and then you have these cute little word bubbles here, and it just gives little fun stories that, the father remembered from childhood. It's fairly simple. I mean, it keeps the photos large, modern graphics, and then you've got some nice journaling space as well. So you could have, you could add more journaling or less journaling and put a couple more photos in, but it's a nice modern twist to a traditional, family heritage book. We also have this Good Fathers collection. This was very popular last year, so I just wanted to show it to you again last time. I know we've got a lot of new people who are joining the call today, so I wanted to point out this great Father's Day collection. This has got, the 8x8 storybook. It's got flip books, prints. It's just got just about everything that you would want to give Dad in a coordinating set. It's very playful. It's got these great word bubbles throughout, the storybook. So, everything that celebrates Dad and tells Dad why you love him. There's, the fun, playful mustaches, lots of different things. So take a look at this collection. And this year, we came out with those big address labels just around, I think, right before Christmas time. And I love these large labels. They are so fun. They're so much more than just address labels. We've come up with lots of great things. And so kind of to coordinate with the previous collection, I came up with these Daddy's Secret Cookie Stash or Grandpa's Secret Candy Stash. So these are easily customizable to be whatever your husband's or your father's secret love of candy or whatever it is, So you can make these great labels. And I just showed here that you could either be on a bag of candy or you could do a little gift basket full of all the favorite things and just add a label here, or maybe it's a plate of cookies with a label on top. You could actually take these labels too and place it on different items in the basket too. So all those items are just for Grandpa. So I thought this was a very cute, inexpensive way to decorate. We also have for the sports enthusiasts, which I know a lot of dads out there love sports, including mine. So I was actually just telling Cynthia that mine are upstairs right now, just watching the football draft, I guess. So they're very excited up there watching the football draft. So I know a lot of the dads and the kids have passion about, there's baseball, there's football, there's soccer, volleyball. I mean, we could go on and on with all the different sports. So I think I did six or eight different versions, but basically I created the baseball one first because my son's in the middle of baseball season right now. And with templates, they are so easy to customize. So in about 5 minutes each, I was able to convert the original baseball one into all the different sports. It's so absolutely easy to do. So these are mugs. I just kind of import the page into the same thing with mugs. I did cards first, and then they each have a coordinating mug. And we're showing a lot of mugs on this Father's Day class too because mugs are on special this month. There's an extra 10% off when you check out. So, and mugs are a great gift to give Dad too. So, with morning coffee or tea, they can feed their kids. We actually have several at my house too, and we enjoy using them in the morning. So like I was just saying, what if, I did 8 different templates, but the sport or the hobby that your husband enjoys is not represented within the template gallery. Like, I didn't do that one for you. Sometimes I do a lot of them, and our design team does a lot, and we just can't do everything that there is. But that's why they're templates. Templates are made to be customized. So I just went through in a matter of minutes, just pulled out a whole bunch of different things that this original card could be turned into. You could do, maybe you have a young boy who plays soccer, a bowling league, tennis. If you like to camp, there's compasses, tires, peace signs, you know, anything that's round will instantly drop into these little spaces. It's really easy to customize. So I realized when I was pulling these up, I have a lot of golfer friends who are always asking me for golf templates, and I haven't done one lately. So why don't we go into the template gallery real quick and convert this template into a golf template for dads. So let's go ahead and do that. And while I'm doing that, Cynthia, do you want to give away some points?
I think that's a great idea, and everyone's enjoying those templates so far. How fun. Those stash labels, so cute. What a fun idea.
Oh, they were fun, yep. I love them.
So I do have some points I can give away, and I've got Susan Foreman on my list here. So Susan Foreman, you'll be getting 25 points in your HM account in the next couple of days.
Great. Okay, so all I did was I just got the templates. I grabbed the soccer one. I just have to grab that one. You can actually grab any of them. They all work the same way. But literally, you can do these in 5 minutes or less, very quick. I chose a very neutral background. It's kind of like a newspaper print so that you can just drop in whatever subject matter that you want, and it'll work really, really well. I'm choosing to use circles, so we can go to our art collections. The circles drop in because a circle drops in easily with a circle. You can also drop in a square object or a flower or something like that. Works usually just as well too. But we're just going to go and we are going to use our golf tonight. So I am going to keyword search for golf and see what we come up with. Oh yeah, I know there's a whole ladies golf collection. Let's scroll across and find a regular golf ball. There we go. So with any template, you click on the object, you're going to click below, just drag up, and you're going to drop. So I'm just going to do this a whole bunch of times. I mean, this could not be any simpler. It drops in the exact same size as a soccer ball. So let's see how fast we can go. So it's very simple. Anything using a grid is usually very easy to work with. That's why these templates work really well. So not only could it be Father's Day, it could be Mother's Day, or it turned into a thank you card for a girlfriend with flowers or anything. You know, these work really well. And we've got lots of word art too. So you just drop this off and put in, you know, word art of your choice. So great. So now we have all of our golf balls dropped in that quick. So next, I'm going to look for something to place in the dad word art section. Let's see, and I'm going to want the little golf tee. That's cute. And then I'm going to keyword search dad. You can do dad or father. And I'm going to scroll down and see what word art. So I'm going to find something. I know my tee comes in an orange color. So let's look for something that is orange. Let's see, if I scroll across, it only shows me the first 50, but if I do see more, it'll show me 183 options with the word dad in it. So let me keep scrolling down. There's a little round one. Oh, here, super dad. That'll fit in that space well. So that'll work. So all I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on these two pieces of word art. I'm going to unlock them and just hit the delete key. For golf, we can leave the mud. I think that would be okay. They do get muddy sometimes. I like under my effects tab to add a drop shadow. And I'm going to grab the corner here and scale it down a little bit so it's a little bit smaller. And then I've probably rotated a little bit. Let me do edit copy, edit paste. So I've got another one. I'm going to rotate it a little bit so I've got the layering effect. Maybe something like this, make it a little more. And then there was this little staple back here, so I'm going to unlock that and bring it to the front. Maybe I'll go in a little larger so you can see better. I've got my little super dad here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, rotate it here with my little tool, add a drop shadow, and tuck it right there so it looks like a little tag hanging on, and it still looks a little plain. Let's go see what else is in the art collection. Back to golf. And let's see what else we can use here. Just for one other cute little element. So there's little flags, golf bags, golf carts. Oh, maybe just a shoe because we got some mud there. So I'm going to grab the corner, scale it down, open up my toolbox and add a drop shadow again. Move it here, and then I'm going to send it a couple to the back just so the little staple kind of grabs all of them. And great, so we've got a little, kind of created a little word art collage here. But the one thing I'm not locking is the red stitches. So you do have the option to replace the stitches in the project. What you can do is you can go to your art collections and type in orange stitches, or orange stitch might work. And you kind of just scroll through here and see the different options. But another quick way to do it, since red is really close to orange, what I would do is I would just grab the orange stitches, go to my toolbox, and in the Effects tab, I'm going to add some orange fill onto the red stitches. So I'm going to just grab from my color selector an orange color, and see it's turned the stitches orange. So it's going a little closer. That's at 100% fill, so it turned it to a solid orange. If I back off or take down the fill color a little bit, it'll allow some of that red and the detail in the stitches to show through, which is what I want. I don't want the stitches to look flat. I want them to have a little dimension. So once I have one the way I want it, I'm going to do an edit, copy. I'm going to go to the next one and do edit, paste special, paste format. And it is taken all that exact format that I had from this one, copied it, and pasted it onto this next set of stitches. So we just do that for each one. Paste special, paste format. Paste special, paste format. I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, I missed it. Oh. Edit, paste special, paste format, and you can learn the shortcut commands too, which is a lot faster, which I usually do. To go to paste special, paste format, you can see that the shortcut is Control-Shift-F. So within, 2 minutes, we've created a Father's Day golf card. Any questions about that?
I don't see any questions. Someone's asking about changing the stitching color to a different color, and basically, yes, you could change those stitches to any color, really, with that color fill.
You can, yeah, and we have a lot of options, but we have a lot of white stitches in our collection too, so white's very easy to change to any color. And we're actually going to talk about adjusting colors and fills a little bit later on, so I'll give you a more how-to on that. All right, let's go back to our presentation. Great. So, and we also have a ton of scrap pages in our template gallery. So there's a couple of new ones here. I love this new one from I Call Him Dad from Cassie Balzer on our creative team this year. And this one actually is from Shanna Vineyard, who is a past creative team member. But I love this one too. So they're both great options. And you think a scrap page isn't that much. It wouldn't make a good gift. But they make wonderful gifts. I use them all the time. If you go to, your local craft store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, they have wonderful 12 by 12 frames, or sometimes they call them record album frames, and they come in white and black and several different colors. You can just put the scrap page within a frame, and that makes a very substantial gift. It looks wonderful. And then you can always change the scrap pages in and out, but it's a great way for, Dad to put something on his desk or hang on the wall. So great options. We also have this new fun collection. I think it's the World's Best Dad Art Collection. It's kind of mixed with some other ones here too. A couple different things. We have a Special Dad. This is an 8 by 10 metal print by Carrie Peratt. And then Sarah Wise has done a coordinating 4 by 6 greeting card. There is also a love mug by Carrie. And this is actually the love mug, how you'll work on it in studio. It's flat like this, and then you have to kind of envision how it would wrap around your mug. So it's, it's a great super mug, and I love the coordinating pieces too. So you could do a mug and maybe a greeting card if you didn't want to do the metal print. But I love this kind of superhero dad feeling without being overtly characterized, I guess, with the characters and stuff. So great way to, have fun with Dad. And the love mug that you just saw from Carrie was also our design map, and it's also the product of the month, as I noted earlier that was on special this month. So this month for the creative team, I created a design map, which is basically just a design all in gray. And we give it to the team members, and we also share it in the template gallery too, so that you and the team members can create your own mug. This month, of course, was Father's Day, so we were working on Father's Day projects, so we all stuck with the Father's Day theme. And it's also going on Facebook right now, too. We have a Club HM monthly challenge. So this is a challenge that we're asking you to participate in. And let me jump over to Facebook real quick and show you where it is. So you can see here. Oh, I am on the Facebook page. You can see here we are. So this pink Club HM challenges here is where you're going to want to click. We've got all the events, Story Central, our blog, and there's other tabs here too that sometimes get hidden and people don't see. So let's go to the Club HM challenge. So it basically tells you what the challenge is and the template ID. So you can go get that and start your own, and then you'll share it to Facebook, and then we will choose a winner at the end of the month, and there'll be 2 winners, and you can win 25 free publishing points. So it's a great way to get practice with grayscale maps and to show off your skills and get a project done all at the same time. All right, so I'm going to show you real quickly what our creative team came up with for Dad. So this first one here is by Brooke Mayer. This one's adorable. It's kind of the superhero theme too. It's from another collection. But it's, it's things she and her family enjoy doing with Dad, and it's, motorcycle riding and being in the outdoors. Another one is from Cassie Balzer, and this is a picture of her husband with the kids, and it looks like they were at a trip to the beach. So, there's several different, photos that would work with the superhero theme. It doesn't have to be an outdoor thing. It just could be Dad hugging his kids. But, maybe one of these styles, fits what you're looking for. We also have, this is one we saw before from Carrie Peratt, and then I did one that is centered on fishing. So, for the hunter or the fisher, you can do on theme too. There's also just special memories. It looks like they were doing some outdoor vacationing, and maybe, what is that called when you you slide down the, I can't remember what it's called. It's slipping my mind. What is that? Anyway, some outdoor activity. And then we had Sarah Wise did this one, and then Michelle did a sporting one here too. So lots of great options. But if you don't see something here that works for you, go ahead and use our grayscale map and see what you can come up with. They're just easy. It's all pre-designed, and you just drag and drop your photos and elements.
Sorry,
and we have.
I was just going to say, if everyone out there knew, it's zip lining, but I was sitting here too with a mind fog. So
I could not think of what it was. Yes, zip lining. So I know that's very popular. It was like right there, but
exactly.
Anyway, sorry. So we just have so many different themes in the template gallery. You can just search Dad and find lots of different things, or go ahead and type in their hobby. You can type in fishing, sports, bicycle riding. So there's lots of different options. There's this cute little jersey one that I came up with, and if your husband has a favorite, hockey team, you could easily change the colors of the shirt to fit the jersey. You can also drop on this off the Dad if you wanted to, and if you have a team logo or something, you could drop that in, or this could also be a photo as well. So you've got the jersey, You Are the Bomb Pop. It's a cute little modern twist, and we've got the hunting and the fishing ones, and as you can see when they're side by side, I can't remember which one I started with. I think I started with the hunting one, but I often use my own templates to create a second version. So exact same template, and I just swapped it out, papers, photo, and embellishments, but it's basically the same design, easy to do. And then we've got this brand new one here from Cassie Balzer. Dad, you're really awesome, really awesome. So, and this one also comes in a print as well. So, and if the colors don't fit what your decor is, go ahead, each of these letters is individual as well as the bike, and you can easily change up the colors on this. And then brand new, we've got a new collection out. I've designed an art collection. I've been hearing for years that we don't have NASCAR and Speedway and Formula One, and we've been on the lookout for an art collection out there by somebody, and we just could never find it. So I finally sat down and did it. So, and it actually turned into 3 collections. I had so many people giving me different things that they wanted to be included in the collection. So I did, all the Formula Ones, the stock cars, the motorcycles. So everything somebody who loves racing, it's probably in there, tires and the checkered flag, lots of fun things. And there's also a full set of license plates. So, and I did that special for somebody in-house who had requested it. So there are all the individual license plates plus a whole set of alphas so that you can make your own customized plate. So that's really fun. So as you can see here, I made this one up. It's just Happy Father's Day 2014, and then you can customize Dad and Jack, #1 racing fans. So there's lots of ways to mix and match, and have fun with these license plates. There's also a love mug that goes with it. And I thought, what a fun, simple gift. It's a great mug. But what if you could use those little lollipop sticks that you can buy at Michael's or at the cake decorator store, and just attach them to the back of his favorite candies and just make this cute little mug bouquet, if you will. So it's a cute little gift. All right, so we're going to get started on today's lesson. So we're going to be working with crop and scale, but I couldn't help myself because I love the fill too. So I'm going to show you how to incorporate all 3 of these tools together. All right, so I'm going to start here on the PowerPoint, and then we'll move over to Studio. But a lot of times we see elements in collections, and like you say, like Roxanne, you just did that Speedway collection, but it's very masculine. It's just like, it's too masculine. These are the 6 colors that I chose to do in the collection, and you're saying, I don't care for any of these colors. I really want a pink girly license plate, for my friend, or, that famous plate like Mom's Taxi. What if you're a girly girl and don't like any of these colors? Well, you're not out of it just because I use these. There is a way to start with one of these standard colors, and we can change it into pink or purple or any of the colors that aren't featured here. We can usually create it in Studio. Now you're thinking maybe this only applies to these license plates. Well, it doesn't. This technique works with flowers or cars or anything you can think of. There's a way to add a percentage of a fill color and maybe a special crop, and you end up with custom colors. So let's go into Studio, and I'm going to show you how to make these masculine license plates into a feminine collection. All right, let me find it again. All right, let's go ahead and get out of that one. Okay. And if you think of questions along the way, go ahead and start typing those in, and Brooke and Cynthia will answer those, and then give me some as well, and we'll show you off those techniques that you want to learn about. All right, so here we are with our original 6 license plates. So basically, when you go about thinking about how you want to change something into a custom color, we're going to use pink. You need to think a little bit logically about this. If you're going to make pink, I've got the options of white and red are probably my closest options to work with. I don't think you're going to want to start with a black, green, blue, yellow. It probably can be done, but it's a little trickier. So try to find the closest match that you can. So it kind of creates different effects using the white or those kind of red and white one. So basically, all I've done, I'm going to take off the effect here, is you've got the white license plate. I'm going to add a fill color onto it over here in your toolbox. So you can take your little eyedropper tool, and we can drag across and choose a color. Let's see if I can find that one. It's probably that one. So you've got 100% fill on this right now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to start backing off the color. So see, as I pull it back, the transparency starts showing, and you can see the details of the shadows showing through, which is great. So you've got this now pink license plate. The same thing applies to this one. Sometimes you would think you would add a pink or a red fill on it, but actually, in this case, you know, I kind of drag across different colors, and it turned out that the purple was the best to make kind of a hot pink color. So I just kind of get it. Let's see where it looks good. I'm just playing it. There's not an exact science to any of this. It's kind of a play and see what you get. So, you know, you can try different things. You can actually pull the fill color down a little bit and then go find colors and see how they're looking when you're overlapping different colors to see how they are mixing. There's a nice orange one if you wanted to make an orange license plate. So it's kind of just this play and have fun type of thing and see what happens. So let's go back. I'm just going to grab this purple. You can grab your eyedropper tool from this palette here, anything on your pasteboard, or you can also go down to your art collections and grab any color that you see down here as well. So you can open up a collection and draw different colors from there as well. So let's keep that one as that. So is everybody getting the tint process, how that works?
Yeah, I think so.
Great. So let me show you the next step. So when I applied this purple tint, I like the pink color up here, but I don't really like this kind of purpley effect in here. I really wish it was this white color. So let's go see how we can add a crop to. So now if you select this, I'm going to do the other one. So if I move it, you can see the other one behind it. I'm going to do Control Z, which did undo, so I put it back, an exact copy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my effects, and I'm going to turn off the fill color. So I'm back to my original white version. So I'm going to zoom. I always use my zoom a lot. You need to get in really close for these cropping techniques, because a lot of times our eyes think we're getting it cropped just right, but if you go in really close, it's not quite right. So go in close so you can see it well. Then we're going to go to our tools. We're going to crop. And then I am going to move the crop, and I want to crop it so I'm just saving that middle white part. And done. That's pretty close. So now we've got, let's see, the pink license plate now is just pink top and bottom. But if you'll notice, this bottom license plate had a shadow on it. The one I just cropped has a shadow on it, and you can see this dark, harsh shadow line. So go ahead, and the one on top, you're going to deselect the drop shadow and turn it off. So it looks like one piece. The shadow from the background one is going to show, so it looks like just one license plate altogether. That's great. So let's do the same thing with this one. We're going to do an edit, copy, edit, paste special, paste in place. We're going to turn off the effects. So we're back to our red license plate. We're going to go in larger, and we are going to crop it. Just pull it down and up. Let's check, done. Looks pretty good. I actually see a little bit red hanging down, so if you go in real close, you can see a little bit of the pink or the red showing here, so we're going to adjust it a little bit more. Done. We're going to turn off the shadow, and there we go. We've got the perfect pink license plate for a girl. So remember, you can do this on flowers or any other embellishments that you want to. It works as colorizing technique. A lot of times the flowers have a petal and then they'll have a center section. You can actually crop the center section too and crop it as a circle shape, and it'll be kind of like the white part of this license plate. So that stays the same, but yet you're going to change the petals of the flower. So it just takes some practice, but it's fun to do this creative cropping because it makes our art collections just limitless because you're not limited to just those colors or pieces within the collection. You can make more, branch off of that system and make your own custom colors. And the same thing applies to the alphas in this set. The alphas, I only gave you one set of alphas. They're black alphas. So I did the same color technique onto the letters. So as you can see, this one has a pink fill, and I just adjusted the color fill to fit what I needed. So this one was about 80%. So that would go perfectly well with the lighter pink set that we had. So once you get one of the letters the way you like, you're going to do the same thing before. You're going to do a copy, and then you're going to grab your next letter, edit, paste special, paste format. See how there is doing each one? Instead of having to go back and find the right fill mix that I made, you just do the copy, paste special, paste format. See, I'm just doing it real quick. So it's really easy to do. So I would do your letters. You can drag up your letters. It makes all the letters, alphas are there. You can pull them up. We could do Mom's Taxi if we wanted. Let's do Mom real quick and see what happens. Let's go to our art collections. It's right here. It's this collection. So let's scroll down. Let's grab some alphas real quick. So M-O-M. So what I would recommend, instead of working on these letters, a lot of times, like if we have a small little project, we'll try to make these tiny and work on them real small. What I recommend is working on them much bigger, and then when you get them the way you want, then you shrink them down and put them on your license plate. So let's go here. I'm going to show you all these alphas. You can have them different directions. I've made them all the same height so that when you grab them all, you can align them all evenly to the bottom. So here I've got my different letters. So we're making the word Mom. I'm going to click on one, select. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and grab the other two. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this Align to Bottom, and it places them all evenly along the bottom. So I am going to, this M looks like it needs to shift in a little bit more, but I like this light pink with a little bit drop shadow here. This has a little bit of drop shadow. I keep it really small on the alphas. It's just a distance of 1 and intensity of 95 just to pop them a little bit. So I'm going to go Edit, Copy, and I'm going to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Format. So it's just pasting the format right there. Really easy. Edit, Paste Format. So now I'm going to select all these again. I'm holding down the Shift key. I'm going to drag the corner and scale them smaller. See how it's going up or down. And then I'm going to scroll up and put them right into place. So I want to start with a bigger scale and then scale them down to smaller. So we instantly have a girly mom license plate from a very boyish masculine collection. How's everybody doing with that?
That's really cool. Love it. We only have a couple questions. Someone's wondering if we could select all the letters at once and apply the effect to them, apply the coloring to them.
Yep, we wish we could, but we're unable to do that at this time. So it's just a repetitive process. You kind of learn to just deal with it. You know, it's on our wish list for things to add later, but it would be wonderful to grab the whole set and be able to apply that effect all at once. So we're working on it. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and do some more creative cropping. I know a lot of you have license plates out there. I've seen the house divided with the different sports teams, and that works too with this. Basically, all I've done, I'm going to remove the crop here. Oops, let's see. I think it's this one. There's let's see, what am I doing? Okay, we're going to remove the crop. So basically, let's take this one off. I placed one license plate here. I locked it in place, and I'm going to do an edit, copy, edit, paste special, paste in place because I want another one exactly on top of it. I'm going to lock it. I'm going to go back to my art collections. I'm going to find a black plate because our teams are black and red. So I've got two different plates on top of each other. So I'm going to creatively crop it again. I'm going to unlock the top one, the black one here, and I'm going to adjust the crop. I'm just going to pull the side in to the halfway point and say done. So I instantly have the two half plates if you want to do something fun with that. Remember, this one has the shadow left on from the bottom one, so I'm going to turn that shadow off. You don't want two layers of the shadows showing. And actually, notice this bolt is behind this one, so I'm going to send this one back a couple layers till the bolt pops on top. There we go. Oops, too far back. Great. So you can also do fun things. All the techniques I'm showing you with cropping, I'm doing on these plates, but like I said, it applies to other embellishments. It also works on photos, so you can use all these techniques on photos and paper as well. So what if, a lot of our cropping we do vertical or horizontal, but what if we wanted it diagonal? It can be done too. So you can make fun diagonal shapes on embellishments or on your photos. It's the exact same kind of process. So let's do it real quickly. So I'm going to do an edit, copy, edit, paste special, paste in place, lock it. Let's find art collections again. Let's drag up a blue one this time. Unlock. Instead of just cropping like we normally would, kind of, square, what if we open this up larger and rotated the crop? So let's put it on an angle like this. And you just have to make sure the squares, they're not quite filling all the way, so you just have to make sure it extends all the way beyond your license plate or whatever shape it is. Done. Turn off the shadow. Great, and you've got a little diagonal. It's a little too far over here to the right, so we can do an adjust again and then just pull it in a little bit more. And there you've got a two-half license plate. So same applies to photos. You can do great photo effects this way too. All right, I'm going to show you, it doesn't just work on license plates. I found these fun popsicles that Anna Bates had done too in one of her art collections. I think this was a Sweet Tooth collection. But here's all the colors that she has. But of course, I wanted the lime popsicle, the green one. So what do you guys think? Which color should we start with to make the lime green popsicle? What do you think?
What's the color? Okay, yellow wins.
Yellow
to blue.
I was going to use the blue.
Okay.
The blue was the blue was closest, but the yellow would work too. You just have to mix in.
Ooh.
So you basically take your blue one. I thought was the closest. So I've taken this and I've just added, I just went through the little color palette here. I just toned it down, and then I just start playing with colors and just finding one of the greens I like. So it's actually a pretty bright green. So I've got this green one I like, but if you notice, it changes the whole popsicle to green, and I don't really like the green stick. So this is where we use our creative crop again. So all I've done, if you see here, a lot of times you can go into designer templates and dissect what they've done. That's how you learn a lot, is by dissecting projects. You will see it's just overlaid magic. So we can take this blue one here. It's just the same process. You'll learn the tips and tricks, and you'll use them over and over and over again. So we're going to do a copy, and we're going to do a paste in place. So I've got the same one. I'm going to actually copy this effect, and then I'm going to paste special, paste format. So I've got my green popsicle on top of my blue popsicle, and then I'm going to create a crop. I'm going to crop. So I'm going to go in closer so I can see it. And then I am just going to crop, so I just have the popsicle on top. Just real quick and simple. So you've got the popsicle stick with the green popsicle. Real easy to do. And we could probably do that one with the yellow one real quick too. Let's see what happens when we use the yellow popsicle. So we want to make green, so yellow and blue would make green, kind of go back to our preschool days where we're mixing colors together. So I'm going to fill, and let's see, we want to do a blue. Let's back off color a little bit. Let's find a blue. Let's see, yeah, so it's just kind of a different effect. So you just get different shades of green, you know, if you kind of want an olive green or a bright green. So that works too, and you do the same process again of cropping, and then you'd have the natural color stick again. So it works very easily and very well with lots of different of our, you know, embellishments. Great. Any questions about that, Cynthia?
Nope, no questions. I think people are just enjoying the idea of how many variations you can make on our already huge library of art. It's really cool to see.
It extends it. I mean, it literally, I mean, it's more than doubling it because you can just make any colors. It's, you know, some elements are harder to work with than others, but it's, you know, it's fun to play with them and see what effects you can achieve. We're going to work with photos for a little bit here. We've got a little bit of time, and we're going to try some of these effects on a photo. So we all know how to crop a photo. So we can just, you know, you get the crop on a regular photo, and we crop. So everybody on this class should know. We've been doing some beginner classes lately to show how to do all this, but I think most of you guys here are learning some more advanced techniques, which we're teaching tonight. But, you know, once you crop an image, you can rotate it different ways if you wanted to. Or let's remove this, and we can kind of creatively crop it. We can crop it. Let's see, we can make it, let's make it a diamond shape. So we want to make a square, and then we're going to rotate it while it's in its cropping stage, I guess you will. So we're going to make it down smaller and rotate a little bit more so it's straight and say done, and you've got a diamond shape. So there's all sorts of fun things that you can do with this. So let's remove that again. And let's say we can do, oh, this is fun too. We can do the edit, copy, edit, paste special, paste and place. So we've got two identical copies on top of each other. What would happen if you took this effects tab, changed the filter to a sepia, so you've got this brown and white effect on top of the colored effect, and then we are going to add some transparency to it. It gives this kind of cool effect to it. I love these fun effects. So you could take, you know, a bright, vivid picture if you wanted to and tone it down a little bit. So I love pairing different of the tools together, and just a lot of it just happens by playing and having fun with these you know, different tricks. So you could also, once we've got this sepia on top, we can do a crop now. So let's do a crop and maybe just highlight them up here, something like this. So you say done. Let's make this a little stronger. So it's more sepia. And actually, I probably would want this to be the colored one. So let's inverse them. Let's make this, let's go back to regular on this. None, no transparency. We're going to do the sepia on this one. So you can get some cool effects that you can have fun with your photos. You see professional photographers do fun things. We can do a lot of these tricks in studio as well. So that was a straight, horizontal, vertical crop. But we can also do fun tricks like diagonals. So I did the same trick above, but rotated the crop and put it on a diagonal for that real ultra modern feeling. So that was the 100% photo, as is a sepia tone print. And then I took another third sepia print and added a tint effect to it. So a 50% tint of kind of the red in his shirt. So as you can see, there's just multiple things you can do. You can really be an artist and as creative and free as you want to be. There's so many different things that you can do. So don't be hesitant to take time to, play and have fun and just see all the things that Studio can do, because there are a lot of different possibilities. Any questions, Cynthia?
I don't see questions, but just a lot of people saying how much they love it. That's really a great effect. I do have a couple of questions, and a lot of these a lot of things come up like this, asking for features that we don't quite have yet. Like, can you fill an embellishment with a photo? No, but we have our workarounds there too. But that was a subject of another class.
Yeah,
I can't remember what class that was.
It's called
in.
Mask. The
Mask
class, basically. It's this Behind the Mask collection. There's a couple different collections, but we have these shapes that you can use. So let's just drag one up here. So let's take off the sepia one. We're going to take off and we're going to remove the crop. And then you can basically put the photo behind the mask, if you will. So I'm just going to crop the photo from behind. So the photo's cropped and tucked behind the mask. And then you would turn the mask whatever color that you wanted to. I'm just going to turn it white so you can see the photo effect that can be achieved. I'm going to adjust the crop a little bit. Done. So there you've got a cropped photo into a shape. So we probably have maybe 100 different shapes that you can choose from. So, and then once again, you can get creative with your crops, and you can crop and put two masks together if you want to form your own shape. So there's, the ones with the grunged edges, kind of the Mickey Mouse ears, ovals, circles, splatters, lots of different things. So there's quite a few pieces for you to work with that.
Excellent. Well, why don't we show a little, not an advanced thing, but sort of basic, but very fundamental and important for people to know. I have had some questions about swapping in a photo, so into a template, and then being able to zoom and or adjust the position of the photo within the frame, within the context that you dropped.
Okay. Yep, let's just open up a template real quick. Let's see. Okay, so I'm opening up one of my scrap pages. So this is the very masculine version of the Speedway, but of course we just saw how we can turn the whole thing pink and girly if we wanted to. So let's take these photos here. Let's go to my photos and see what I have available. Let's see if something will work. Those are girly ones. Let's see. Okay, it is loading in the photos. All right, it's thinking tonight. There we go. All right, let's see if I have some other father-son pictures here. Okay, let's just try this one, this family here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my photo, I'm going to drag it, I'm going to drop it right into the drop photo here to swap box, and it replaces the photo automatically. So we can do the same thing with this one down here. Let's put that one in. So as you can see, the photos are not in the correct location. So once you've got them in, they're locked, and you can't, no matter what I click and drag, I can't do anything with it. So you want to go to your toolbox here, and you're going to hit Adjust. And this is where you scale up your pictures to make them bigger or smaller. And you have the ability to rotate the photos within the crop as well. So this one needs to be straightened out a little bit. I'm going to scale a little bit bigger. And then you just go back and you click and hold down and then just drag into the position that you want. I'm just scaling it. You can scale by dragging the little triangle either direction or by using the arrows up and down or typing in the number if you know the exact percentage that you want up. And then when you've got it just the way you want, you say done. Let's go do this one, adjust. I just want the father and daughter to show up and not the mom, so I'm going to scale it bigger. Bigger, 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 and then I'm going to bring it down and say done. And then if this flag is in the way, we can either delete it or we could flop it if we wanted to and move it over a little bit. You know, so there's lots of different tricks you can do. So everything on a template is movable. You can unlock it, move it, you can delete it, change the size. So I usually keep everything in the lock position just so it doesn't get accidentally moved. So you need to be in the locked position to adjust the scale rotation of a photo. And that works too for papers. These are papers cropped into circles. You can adjust the scale of the paper as well. So let's take this one up to 25 and say done. And maybe I want, let's see, maybe no, let's try this checkerboard. I'm going to adjust that to the 15% scale of that paper. Let's go to this little one and adjust it. I want that one, the checkerboard, to be the exact same size. So I typed in 15. It made it larger, and I say done. So now these two checkerboards match exactly. So papers, embellishments, photos all use the same adjust scale rotation once you're in that locked position or shape. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, I believe it does.
Yep, and let me show you the circle crop real quick too. So actually this was a square photo tucked behind the circle, but if you just wanted to make this square photo into a circle, what we're going to do is I'm going to check this. Actually, the photo isn't exactly square, so you're going to want to make your proportions exactly square. So I'm going to do 4 by 4. Let's see, and we'll check it. Yep, it's 4 by 4 now. So tools, and I am going to do effects, and I want to do rounded corners. So if I type in 1,000, just use 1,000, hit the enter button, it makes it a perfectly round circle. So that's the quick and easy way to do it. Just type in 1,000. If you drop in an image that is not, let's see, remove the crop, bring it to the front. If you drop in this and want to do a circle, if you type in rounded corners 1,000, it will make it an oval because your original starting shape is a rectangle. So it just adds the rounded corners. So you need to have your photo already cropped into a square. So let's crop this. Make it a square. Done. Effects, rounded corners, and there's your circle. So great. Does everybody get the circle? It seems a little complicated, but once you know the trick, it's super easy to do.
Exactly. That was great. No, I think everyone got that. So why don't we, while we're getting you back to the main presentation screen, I'll go ahead and give away some points, and then we can say goodnight. So I've got the name of Anne Farrington. So Anne, we've got 25 points coming your way. We sure appreciate you and everyone attending our class tonight, and sure appreciate Roxanne and Brooke for their time with us. So why don't you tell us what's coming up next week, and then in June, in June, what class we can look forward to.
Okay, and actually we've got in 2 weeks, we have a Studio 101 class, which is more of our beginner style class. We've just introduced these new drop to swap templates. They're kind of single drag and drop only, more for our traditional scrapbookers who want to scan their images and drop them directly into our storybooks or make digital prints of their scrap pages. So this is going to be a great class. We're going to show you how to use design maps, kind of those grayscale maps, and the drop to swap templates in 2 weeks on Thursday, May 22nd. And then our next more advanced Studio U class, like tonight, we're going to concentrate on sports, and that is on Thursday, June 12th. And I'm going to take you through probably a storybook template that is one sport, and I'm going to show you how to quickly drag and drop and switch it up and turn it into a completely different sport.
Wonderful. Well, we will definitely be looking forward to those. Thanks again, everyone, for your participation. And this class has been recorded, so we hope to have that posted in the next couple of days so you can review it or refer your friends and others to it and to enjoy. So thanks again, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.